way that friendship is gifted also relates to romantic relationships. And I first met Alicia, I actually picked her up, at the Starbucks in Washington Square. And I was sitting at a booth, and I noticed that she was sitting next to me, and I was attracted to her. It's important. We are not just souls floating around. We have a bodily existence. That's part of our relating to one another. Well, anyways, it took me about an hour to figure out, well, how can I say hi to this girl? And I came up with the stroke of genius. Gentlemen, this is a great line. You know, I thought I was going to try the usual things like, give it back, you just took my breath away, that kind of thing. But I decided to go with, hey, what are you reading? And that involved into about an hour-long conversation where we talked about our shared past experiences. It was obvious that we had some shared meanings and values in life. I, at the end, gave her my phone number, my email, I think maybe my home address. She quickly ran off and didn't give me anything. This is not a good sign. Well, I met up with my buddies afterwards, and I said, I met this great girl. I gave her my email, my address, my phone number. She gave me nothing. And we all looked at each other and said, yeah, that's not good. But what I did do was basically e-stalk her, and I was able to friend her on Facebook. The point of the story is that there was a type of gravitation that was gifted that in some way I didn't have control over. That's why we call it falling in love. And falling in love in an absolute way is what it means to have faith with God. It's a gift that's given. But in that moment, when you're falling, you can choose whether you're going to cooperate with the thing. Right. And the way that the Catholic tradition talks about that through St. Augustine is operative and cooperative grace, that God operates on our heart, moves us, then we start falling. And the language is apt because it feels like something that's happening to you. And then, of course, you can decide whether you're going to cooperate with the thing or refuse the gift. So, I would just encourage you, along with Marina and Father Casey, not necessarily to go out and e-stalk people, but to embrace that gift that's given to you through friendship with one another, and also to embrace the gift that's given to you through the Holy Spirit, through the person of Christ, to be friends with God, to spend time with God, to knock on God's door and say, hey, do you want to come out and play tonight?